Welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Score Merchant, as always, using the same build we used a long time ago in one video I made. The reason why I'm making this video again, basically, is just to showcase, I think, how strong this build is. Now, this build revolves around basically blocking generators with Corrupt Intervention, as you can see, Sword Trick Pain Resonance so we can make generators with the most progress go down, Surge, so we can make sure all generators that every time we down a survivor and generator that's 13 meters away from that survivor will automatically explode and lose 8%, and start regressing. And then lastly, we have Hex Ruin, because basically we want to get survivors off the generator, and then if they get off the gens, they will automatically start regressing. Also, the reason why we have Surge too is because of the fact that there's a high chance the survivors will just cleanse my Ruin immediately, but I still want to make sure I can regress gen, so I also have Surge for that. So that's the reason why we're making this video. Now, sadly, I forgot to record the part where I talk about the perks at the beginning, but I feel like it doesn't really matter because I can explain the perks while I'm playing, so that's fine. So right here, I see the second person, so I thought you were going to try and body block for this girl, but for some reason they decided not to body block. And then this girl decides to not go towards the pallet. She probably tried to go towards the pallet, but I hit her before she could do it. And then we're going to hook her on a hook. Sadly, it's not a score trick because I got really unlucky with my score trick placements. My score trick are placed in really unknowing locations, so it's kind of hard to actually use them. But yes, this is the point of the build. Now, the reason why I wanted to showcase this build and make more videos about it is because I really think this build is really useful and really good. I think Hex Ruin is underrated. Like, I don't think Hex Ruin is a good perk at the moment because first thing, it's a Hex perk. Second thing, it got completely nerfed. Third thing, it has a restriction on it for some unknown reason that I don't understand. So because of that reason, I feel like it's not really a good of a perk. In case you know what I'm talking about, basically for some reason, this person built a paladin, by the way, they waste God Palette, which I'm fine with that. And then they did 2 gens immediately, and I'm like, yep, that's the problem with Hex Ruin right there. So the problem with Hex Ruin basically is when it first came out, it made it so that way if a survivor were to do a generator, I don't know why this person decided to do this drone right here, like I'm not right next to them. But anyway, if a person were to do a generator, every time they get a skill check, the skill check was turn red. If they got a great skill check, the generator progress would just go up by like it would go normally. If they got a normal skill check and they hit it normally, the gen progress would actually go down by 5%, and you couldn't work on the generator for like 2 seconds. That's what it used to do. They completely nerfed it because they realized that's probably too strong, even though all you had to do was just cleanse the totem. But at the exact same time, I can see why they nerfed it because it was really, really strong. So now the way it works is basically every generator will automatically regress by 100% normally. I'm using my untunnel, by the way, to seek one these survivor. That's why I'm getting these free hits. But also, if you place your drones next to windows and next to pallets, there's a high chance the survivor will accidentally touch the drone instead of going on the pallet or going on the window. So right here, I'm going to go after the girl and down her because she got confused on where I was. Also, I forgot to mention the add-ons we're using too. I'll mention them in 1 second. But like I was saying, because they nerfed Hex Ruin, and now the way it works is generators will automatically regress by 100% if no one's working on them. That's all it does. But the reason why it's not a good perk, meanwhile this person gave up, by the way, I'm pretty sure, they're like, you know what, I'm not playing against Scar. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll kill you. But the reason why it's not really that good of a perk anymore is because of the fact that there's some reason why there is a problem with it. And they decided to make it so that way if someone dies, Hex Ruin automatically gets disabled. And I don't know why they did that, because of the fact that I feel as if it kind of makes it feel like you always have one perk, and the perk sometimes is completely useless because if someone dies, your perk is gone, and I kind of feel like that's kind of bad. But at the same time, I can kind of see why, because when you think about it, people are tunneling really badly. By the way, my Hex Ruin just got destroyed while I'm talking about Hex Ruin. But people like to tunnel a lot in Dead by Daylight because it's easier to do a 1v3 than it is to do a 1v4. So I can kind of see why, because think about it, if you tunneled someone out the game, now it's a 1v3, and every time the survivor were to do a gen, every time the survivor were to get off a gen, the gen will automatically regress by itself, and that would be really strong. So I can kind of see why they would do that, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they should buff Hex Ruin and make it like, give it some kind of buff. Only because it's a Hex perk, so it's gonna get destroyed either immediately or eventually it'll get destroyed. But right here, going down this person, So let's talk about my add-on. So the first add-on we're using, the green one, is going to be, of course, Advanced Targeting Processor. I think that's what it's called. What this does, wait, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty wrong, but Advanced Targeting Processor, I'm pretty sure what this does is every time a survivor were to get hit with a beam and they have a cloud trap on, they move an additional 3% slower thanks to the hindered. This girl gets rescued immediately, and I'm like, you are rescuing a little too fast. I can't tell if y'all are super altruistic or y'all just like are giving up, but they're being really weird because this girl, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they literally rescued immediately, got hit, used a septic, and then still was inside of me, and I don't know. But the reason why I'm confused why they're giving up like this is because of the fact that they were winning. Like, they did 2 gens immediately, and I had only hooked 2 people. So I'm a little confused as to why they decided to just play like this at the last second. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, but that's how score merchant games work sometimes, I guess. But yes, the first part we're using is Vital Targeting. I'm sorry, it's called Vital Targeting Processor. There we go. And it makes them move 3% slower. But the second thing we're doing is a special add-on that I haven't used at all once in this entire channel. And I can't remember the name of it because I just don't use it ever. But what the add-on does is basically, if a survivor have a cloud trap on them, they automatically will be blinded. Not blinded like as in flashlight blind, blinded as in they'll get hit with the blindness SAZ effect. What the blind SAZ effect does, it gets rid of all the aura reading for the survivors. And the whole reason why I'm using this perk is because of the fact that every survivor right now is using the perk Windows Opportunity. And the fact that you can just give people the blinded SAZ effect, or the blind SAZ effect whenever you want to with your drones, is really, really useful. So sometimes you'll hit someone with a cloud trap, and then they look around for a pallet or a window, and they're like, I can't find it. And that's because of the fact that they can't see the auras anymore. So I try to use it to my advantage, and it actually does work more often than you think. The only problem is it's kind of hard to tell when it works or not, because it's like they're blinded, not you. You know how you only know for sure if you're, I don't want to do what you want to do. So right here, this girl's gonna try and just open this chest, and she gives up. She's like, I don't care anymore, and all I have to do is find Steve, and the game is over, and he's right over here. So like I said, this game was so weird. I don't really, if you can tell me in the comments what happened, because I don't know what happened. Like, they were winning, actually winning, and then they just threw on purpose. Like, I don't know why. So right here, he's gonna run into my drone, so I'm like, great. And I was hoping he would get a cloud trap on him. I didn't expect him to get a cloud trap, honestly. I was hoping he would, and then he did. So I was like, oh, okay. And now I'm gonna chase him. As long as the hatch doesn't spawn near him, which it probably will because I'm not unlucky, I will be able to down him. So right here, I'm going to put a drum right here. Try mind game, even though I can't do it. But then I heard the hatch, so I'm like, yeah, no. So I'm gonna close that. And then right here, he's stuck in this really annoying spot. So I like, yep, there's no way he can go anywhere. So he thinks I'm gonna let him open the hatch. I'm gonna open the door. I'm like, yeah, no. So no, he's dead. And that was the first game, showcasing Hex Ruin. So like I told you, Hex Ruin is really good. You get them off the generators, and then they die. It makes the game really fun for me because of the fact that I have the ability to just get people off gens and not have to worry about the generator anymore because it's going to automatically regress. It is sucks though because depending on what map you're playing on, you can get the worst totem spots ever, and as a result they get cleansed immediately. Speaking of the worst totem spots ever, let's get to the second game so I can show you how great this build is, but also how unlucky you can sometimes be with these totem spots. By the way, if you notice in some of my videos, they're like, sometimes I'm gold rank, sometimes I'm bronze. It's because and sometimes I'm prestige 20 and sometimes I'm prestige 18. It's because of the fact that the way I record these videos, sometimes I record them and then I don't upload them in the same order I recorded them. So that's why. But anyway, to the next game. Welcome to Lapkin Lane. Literally every killer's least favorite map. This map is so bad in every way possible. It's awful. Also, the totem spawn on this map is terrible too. But the reason why this map is so bad is because of these dumb windows that I don't know why behavior made in the first place. So right here, I'm gonna try and catch this Steve off guard, but he's like, I have sprint burst, and I'm like, oh. But because he didn't, for some reason why I dropped this pallet immediately, I got a free hit. And then he started to try and still mind game this pallet like I'm not gonna kill him. So even if he mind games it, I'm gonna get lock on stacks until I realized that my drone did not lock on stack on him. I'm like, dang it. And then someone else stole my drone, so I was like, fine. And then I'm gonna go towards this building with the windows of torture. Cause behavior decided to make a map where the windows are just so good they're basically almost infinite. And I don't know why Behavior did this, considering how we complain about these this map in particular so many times. So I don't get why they did this. So now I have to vault this window. If I don't vault the window, I lose. Like, literally, you have to vault the window or you just don't win. So now I have to vault it again because of the window right here, too. So I'm like, why is there a window here? Like, why? Like, why did you put 2 windows? It's just so annoying. Like, I don't know why. Not to mention, when you jump out the window, it's not like you get stunned for being out the window. You just end up falling down like it's normal. So I'm like, okay. So I finally down him. And I'm like, okay, I can hook another score trick. And there's a score trick right here in the middle. So I'm like, okay, good spot. And then I look and I'm like, where's my totem? Let's make sure I can defend that. And I look to my right, my totem right there. I saw Nancy going over there, but I'm hoping she doesn't find it because even though it's in a really obvious place, I'm like, please don't find my totem. So I'm gonna go over here and try and, what's it called? Defend that generator. Because someone got locked on stat, I was like, yep, I'm going after you. So right here, I'm going to go after him because I know he has spin burst to make him waste his spin burst. And then also I thought about it and I was like, wait, you're going to die because of the fact that normally I don't tunnel, but it's like, you're kind of a problem. And you know what my totem is. So I'm like, uh-oh. So he got cloud drop on him, so I'm like, yes. And then my drone beam barely touched him. So now he's stunned. And then I'm like, well, he saw my, what's it called? He saw my totem right next to that car. So I'm gonna immediately go and kill him because he knows my totem is. So I'm gonna cloud trap 2 people by accident, and I'm gonna go after this girl instead. So I'm like, yep, you're dying. Remember how I said this map has terrible totem spots? The fact that my totem spawned right next to that car, and the Nancy who was to my right has seen it, and she was just like, yeah, no, and decided to and can probably cleanse it at any time is annoying. Like, it's just so bad. I don't even understand. Like, one thing about one thing about like the game when it comes to balance, I don't understand. Even though it's not really a big deal, but it's when they decide, like when they make totem spots in this game. I never understand why they made a totem spot. They know people are gonna use hex perks. Why would you even make a totem spot next to a car? There's no, like, there's no coverage, no line of sight for the killer. Like, there's no way to hide that totem. Like, it's in the middle of there's nothing there. Like, every single survivor can see that. Right here I would have got a hit, but I got stuck on the stupid thing, so I was like, uh-oh. But right here I'm gonna get a hit because of the fact that he decided to loop this pallet knowing that I have a, what's it called, drone here. I don't know why he did that, honestly. So I'm gonna put a drone right here, that way if someone does fall from the second building, second floor, I'll be able to down them. So and then I realized there's a hook right here, so I just placed that drone for absolutely no reason because the drone went away after they, of course, did the hook. I mean, after I hooked him. But because of the fact that I know someone went up here, I was prepared. And I thought so, so I wanted to go up here. And it was the same exact see from before. But he has bursts, and I'm like, oh. So now I'm going to try and down him. Because I know he knows where my totem is, so I have to kill him. If I don't kill him, he can clean my totem at any time. Even though my totem's already in a bad spot, so I'm a little surprised they haven't cleansed it yet. But I'm trying to mind game this car, even though I don't know why I'm trying to do this, because this car is in the dumb spot. I hate this car. I hate this map in general. Sorry if I sound like negative. It's just the fact that, like, I just hate this map. Like, everything about this map is bad. And it's kind of just unfun to play on it, if I'm being honest. I have to try so hard to win on a map like this. Meanwhile, I get the worst totem spawns ever. I heard someone injured, so I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. Thankfully, she had a cloud drop on her, so she was already injured and she couldn't heal herself. That's fine. But I'm just like, I don't know, this map just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't get it. I know this map used to be really strong for killer because there was a generator right, like, I don't know why, a generator will always spawn on the bottom floor of the house on the outside, so you could do a really, really good 3-gen. Now, of course, I don't recommend, well, I don't recommend 3-genning, but like, I don't 3-gen ever, so it's like, I don't ever told myself, oh yes, I'm going 3-gen on this map. No, it was more like, oh, it's convenient, this generator's here, but I never once in my life was like, I want a 3-gen. But my point is, this map used to be really good for killer because that 3-gen you could do. Even if you want to do it on purpose. This person, by the way, I don't know if he was teabagging or he was trying to actually dodge the drone, but it's funny because he ended up just getting hit by it. Then he dead harded, and I'm like, that's so obvious. I'm like, no. Like, you don't run into me and think I'm gonna just let you hit me. Like, what? Obviously, you have dead hard. So because of that reason, I'm like, quick down. And now we're in a good spot because everyone's injured and they're trying to heal each other. But I'm going to go back over there and down them because of the fact that that's how you play Skirmish. I'm going to put a drone right here so I can try and protect this totem. But because of the fact that that's more important than trying to find this person, I know he has sprint burst. Let him do his sprint burst. I'll kill him later. He walked right past my totem. Now I think about it, I don't think he even touched a Jin once. So because of that reason, I wonder if he even knows it's Hex Ruin. He should, because I believe like, once one person knows Hex Ruin, everyone knows Hex Ruin, but I could be wrong about that. So again, he's going to try and mind game me right here. I don't know why he's doing this. He's going to get claw trapped. And now he's going to get slowed down by an extra drone, but it's not even going to matter because he's down. And then someone else is going to get claw trapped, and now I can see exactly where they are. Nancy, again. It is really weird. But yes, I'm trying to stay more positive. I'm sorry if I sound negative. It's just this math. Oh, this math. So, I don't remember where Nancy went, but there she is. Then I'm like, okay, this should be easy. But my drone isn't moving, so I have to go under my drone, or it's not going to turn. And now the time is turning, so I'm like, okay, this should be easy. All I have to do is mind game correctly. And right here, I'm going to try and go this way. Turn the drone back around, but I keep talking the wrong drone. So now I'm going to try and down her, but it's kind of impossible because even though she moves 13% slower, she can still drop this pallet. Now, luckily for me, she dropped the pallet, which slows down her time. And now I can go after everyone else. So now I'm going after the girl who's injured right here. He's going to try and body block, but because he has sprint burst, he kind of moved a little too fast. And then I'm like, wait, I can just go after you instead. So wait for any dead heart, and I down him. So I was like, wait, why am I even going after this girl? I can just go after you. So now I'm going after this girl. And as you can see, they're really altruistic. So I'm going after this guy. I'm going to wait for him to vault the pallet, but he didn't vault the pallet, surprisingly. So now I'm going to try and break the pallet. And as you can see, because I broke the pallet, he's slowed down by my drone a lot. And he can be slowed down for even longer. But then I was like, let me kill this guy just to get him out of the way. In case Nancy tries to come out of nowhere and save him or something. I'd rather not. So because of that reason, I'm going to kill. And now he's dead on hook. So now the game went from really bad to really good, all because we killed one person. And everyone's still injured besides one person. So because of that reason, I'm going to go after this guy now. There's no way he's going to make it very far. He vaults the window. And then he gets stuck in the grass. And I'm like, and then I miss. And I'm like, of course. So now I'm going to try and find him this time. And I'm like, there's no way you're making this because you're slow down. I don't remember. I think I told y'all before, but there used to be an update where if a person was hindered and they vaulted the window, they would always medium vault the window. But I guess they fixed that. What is a cool thing? I'm kind of mad though because I kind of wish they kept that, honestly. But it's fine. But now he's dead, even though I don't remember hooking him 3 times, but he's dead. So I'm like, yay. And now all I have to do is hook these last 2 people. And I win the game. So yes, the power of Hex Ruin, by the way. And as you can see, my Hex Ruin went away now because of the fact that I killed someone. So that's fun. So now the perk that was in the middle of nowhere because this game sucks. Also, the fact that I missed that hit because this window's here is just the worst thing, like the worst feeling in the world. Like I hate behavior. I don't hate behavior. It's more like I hate the map choice. Like why did you do this? And then she's gonna vault this window, and then I have to vault the window, or I'm gonna fail the chase, and it's just like, oh, rinse, repeat. Why? Like why? Now probably some of y'all wondering, like, how can a Skull Merchant player complain? Like, but at that same time, it's just like, no matter what killer you are, it's gonna be annoying. Unless you're a nurse who just says, "Lol, no, I don't care." But it's just the worst feeling in the world. Just the constant, everything. Like the why. Why is it even possible? You go from one house to the other house. I have to. If I use my power, I lose the bloodlust, so I can't even use bloodlust to catch up. It's just like, oh no. I'm having fun. But anyway, now you go towards this next building. I get stuck on this bush, and I'm like, are you serious? Why is that there? If that wasn't there, I would have got the hit. But because she vaulted the window this time and I read it, I have a high chance to catch her. But because of the window right here, I surprisingly hit her. In my opinion, that should not have hit. But I'm just so happy that that hit. Because I was not trying to loop that for the 15th time today. Like, that's not fun. So because of that reason, I'm going to hook her on this hook. Now, honestly, I probably should have camped her, honestly, but I chose not to because I was like, no. But then I see someone over here, and they got injured because there's some reason why I failed the drone minigame, and I still have all the ways to get injured. I never expected it to be that. So because she failed the drone minigame, I know exactly where she's going. Then she teabags me. I'm like, what are you doing? So I know she's going to probably go to the window, but then I realized she has eyes, and you probably saw me and saw the fact that I wasn't gonna go that one around. So because of that reason, I'm like, dang it. And I don't have the Oblivious add-on, so she can't. So I still have a Terror Radius. So because of that reason, I'm like, where'd you go? So I'm gonna check my radar, of course, to try and figure out where she went. And she's on the same floor as me. So I'm like, where are you? Now you're outside. That's weird. So now I'm trying to find this girl. So I'm like, where'd you go? So I'm hoping she's gonna find the hatch. And luckily she did not. And she's going to the right. So I'm like, you must die. Now I was hoping she would just stand still and let herself get killed. But she's like, nope, I'd rather fight it out and try and find the hatch. And I'm like, smart girl. But I have to kill her because I want to get everyone dead. That way I have fun. I knew she was gonna vault this window because everything, all they do is vault these windows. Lord, I hate windows. I hate this map. This might actually be my least favorite map in the entire game. Like, I used to hate, I still do hate it. I used to hate, what's the name of that map? I just hate that map so much I forget the name of it. That's the worst part. I can't remember the name of the map, but it's like, oh, Garden of Joy. I used to hate Garden of Joy because it's a big map and it has really annoying loops. But mainly it was the main building. The main building was really annoying. I don't really care about the loops like near the cars or like some of the loops sometimes that are on the outside that are really safe. I don't really care about that. It was mainly the loop inside of the house. But they nerfed that because there was a loop inside the house and there's a god pallet too. So it was like, why is there a god pallet and a loop that's really good in this house? It was a really bad combination. But because of the fact they fixed it, I feel better. But just Haddonfield, never again. I hate this map so much. But anyway, that was the second game. Let's go to the third game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on Raccoon City Police Station, West Wing. I really get mad for Killer. Even though I hate West Wing, I prefer East Wing. But West Wing will have to do. So, first I want to look and see what my totem is. My totem on the top is behind me on top floor. So I'm like, okay, fine. So right here, I'm like, put the drone right here. That way when they go up to the god pallet, they at least get a lock on stack. This guy is going to immediately go towards the good loop, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, it's fine, I'm gonna go somewhere else. So I'm gonna chase these two survivors right here. I should get an easy hit on one of them at least. So of course I'm going after the girl who's the closest. And she wastes the pallet, so I'm like, yes. I'm not gonna break it yet because of the fact that I don't need to break it. I'd rather chase her. So I was hoping she would go towards this pallet right here, and she luckily does. This pallet is so unsafe, she cannot mind game this pretty well. So I down her. And I was a quick down, literally a minute chase, and well, not really a minute chase, but a minute in, I get it down. So I'm like, uh-oh. And then she has, what's it called? Ball over. I'm like, oh no. And because of the fact that I thought there was going to be a hook, or almost always a hook in that one spot next to that pallet, I was like, okay, I can get her. But then because of ball over, I'm scared, but luckily for me, I was able to get her on the hook. So I'm going to break this pallet. Honestly, I should probably move that drone because that pallet's gone now, but I'm going to keep it there anyway. And now we're going to try and hook the rest of these survivors. So as long as I get them off the generators, they should be good. And like usual, using the same exact build from before, I'm going to probably make a, not really updated version, but I'm going to make, I don't know if I want to do a perk series, but I think I might do a perk series where I use like every single perk in the game and try to make a build with it. Because it's really cool to try and do different perks. So Scumbird is one of the few killers in the game that I can use multiple perks at once. Not at once, but I can use multiple different perks. So I know I can get this girl before she gets the pallet. Because the first reason the pallet's on this side of the loop instead of the other side. So I knew I was going to be able to get her. So I'm going to try and hook her right here. Even though it's going to probably get rid of my drone. So I'm like, dang it. But I hooked her right there anyway. And my drone's gone. Now for some reason someone dropped this pallet. I don't know who dropped this pallet or why. But guess who's not mad? And then right here someone's going to go right in front of me like, okay. And I know she's going for the rescue. So I'm like, fine. Trade your life for her. And now I get another down. So again, just like the first game I posted, the first game of this video, I don't really know what these survivors are doing exactly, but one person is doing gens. That's good for him. But right now I'm going to try and go towards my totem. But the position of my totem, I know exactly where it is. I'm pretty sure that totem is in the second floor in the room next to, like in the office room. So right here, I knew the survivor was going to go right next to this pallet, so I was going to try and mind game her. But sadly for me, she's like, I do have things called eyes, and she decided to go and wait for me. Because we're in West Wing, I have to go to the really annoying loop. And as I expected, the annoying loop. So right here, this is going to be a little annoying pallet. I'm trying to mind game it. But it's kind of hard to mind game it because I don't have a red stain. But I know the god pod right here, so I'm like, dang it. I had to break this. as I expected. So because of the fact that I want to make sure I actually can protect the generators instead of chasing this one girl forever, I decided to go down here. Now I'm hoping she doesn't find my totem because I do have a totem. So right here I'm going to try and chase this guy. I get rid of that drone for some reason. I don't know why I did that, honestly. I should not have done that unless it was disabled and that's why I got rid of it. But like right here, I'm going to slow him down. There's a pallet right here, but it's super, super unsafe. He's smart and he drops it immediately and tries to mind game, but I'm like, yeah, no, I can just kill you because this pallet is so unsafe. The only way to get out of this pallet situation is to perfectly vault it and then have live. Even then, it's still kind of hard. So now I want to hook this person right here. And I really would have barbecue and chili so I could figure out what the next survivors are, but I do not have that perk. So because of that reason, I have to try and guess what they are. I hear a, what's it called, boon. So I'm like, no. And then I'm going to go into that boon. And now I'm going to try and find the next survivor. Again, as you can see, my totem is gone. They cleansed my hex, and I was really hoping. I know exactly which girl cleansed it too. She was the same girl who was like, who I had injured earlier, and then I left her. She probably heard the totem was like, yeah, no, and she got rid of it, which is sucks for me, but it's fine. So right here, this person's gonna run right in front of me, and I'm like, yes. Then he gets stuck on a little bit, so I'm like, I can probably kill you, but I know they're probably gonna work on the generator, so I purposely am going to wait. As you can see, someone has a claw trap on them now, so I'm like, dang it. I should have went after him so I can slow him down. But I'm going to put a claw trap right, not a claw trap, I'm going to put a drone right here. That way she can hopefully get lock on stats on her. But she just keeps running. Then she does get a claw trap on her, so I'm like, yes. Plan worked. So now I'm going to immediately get this generator, and then I see someone is being targeted by my drone, so I'm like, I know exactly where to go. And he's gonna try and work on the generator, oblivious to the fact that I'm here, even though he can hear my terror radius. And I'm gonna down him, and we're in a really good position. I'm gonna hook him in the scorch hook. I'm pretty sure we haven't hooked this guy on a scorch hook yet. And I'm going to continue, of course, killing all the survivors. So like I was saying, I plan on doing a little series, not like a little series, but like using different perks. As you know, I make a lot of builds in this game, and I use different perks. One perk in particular that really caught my eye when it comes to Scar Merchant. Right here, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see this girl, but I clearly saw her, and then I'm gonna down her. But one perk in particular that like caught my eye when I was playing Dead by Daylight is Gearhead. I think Gearhead on Scar Merchant is so good. I made a video about it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go on my channel and find that video. But the reason why I'm talking about Gearhead is there's so many perks in this game that I feel like are actually really good. You just gotta like figure out how to use them. And I feel like Scar Merchant has the ability to use like any perk in the game because she's an M1 killer with like, she's an M1 killer who's also a trap killer and can do a lot, and all her power works with a lot of perks, so I think it's really good. But like for example, I have a video coming out where I'm going to be using the perk Surveillance, and I feel like it's really good on Scar Merchant too. But I just feel like Scar Merchant can use so many perks and it's really, really useful. Right here, this person's gonna go up here, and I'm like, dang it. So because of the fact that that one girl just completed a generator and the other guy's on the hook, I knew the guy was gonna reach second stage, and I kind of felt bad for him, honestly, because I was like, wow, they really let you reach second stage. And I'm almost certain this drone, I thought I had a drone up here, but I guess I did not. I must have got rid of it. So now I'm going to try and get this guy claw trap, but he does not even get touched by my drone. Luckily for me, the god pallet is gone, so I don't have to worry about that. And with the tip of my blade, I cut his soul. And now I'm going to proceed to chase him. But then right here, I'm like, he's going to probably go towards his pallet. But he decides to not go towards the pallet. I'm like, what are you doing? So right here, I'm going to try and go down here and catch him. But he's going to go towards the window. I'm like, oh no. I forgot about that. But because this girl had already dropped the pallet, but I never broke the pallet, I'm going to break it down. But because of the fact that my drone right here can get slowed down by 13%, so now he's going to immediately drop that pallet. I can see him, of course, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to pretend like I don't see him. And I'm going to just slow him down again. There's no way he's going to make anything anymore because he's slowed down. Then my other drone will slow him down, so he's dead. I love that. I love this killer. I love Scar Merchant so much. But anyway, we're going to hook him on this hook right here and proceed. So yes, different perks I'm going to start using. I don't have a list of perks. Of course, if you have any perk builds you want me to use, let me know in the comments. If you have any underrated perks you want me to use, also let me know. I'm definitely going to make a perk build with it. I do think Hex Ruin is underrated. I do think it should get a buff, honestly. It should make it like 200% debuff. Well, 200% instead of 100%. Right here, this guy thought I didn't see him, but I have eyes. So, of course, I saw him, and I'm going to immediately swing and get a free hit. I know he's going to probably go for the rescue because that'll be smart. And then I thought he's gonna go to the rescue and trade his life for his teammates. But because of the fact that I have eyes, I can go after him. And I'm going to go around the guy, because the guy didn't body block for some reason. I was like, oh, that's weird. So now I'm going after the guy who I just hooked because of the process. I was like, yeah, I'll go after you because of the fact that I just hooked you. Then I pick up the person, I'm like, dang it, I misplayed. So right here I misplayed. The reason why I didn't go after the guy who just got unhooked, by the way, is I know he has off the record. So when he teabagged, he wanted me to chase him because he knew he had off the record. But I was like, no, I know you have off the record. I'm not gonna chase you. So I'm gonna go this guy again, and this time he's not gonna be able to make anything besides this window again, because this window's so good. But I can't get mad because like this window should be here. This time I broke the pallets. I know he has to go through the window, but because there's not really any way he can go anymore, he's gonna try and, yep, I knew it. Vault right there, and then down him. This time I'm gonna face the wall, and there's no pallets, so I don't have to worry about anything. Never chase a survivor, by the way, who is off the record, unless you really want to tunnel that badly. But like, never chase a survivor who are off the record. I do think off the record is a perfectly fine perk. The only thing I hate about off the record is I hate the fact that you can use off the record to body block for someone else, and I feel like that's kind of bad game design. Cause how do I explain? Because the whole point of off the record is to make it so that way you don't get tunneled. But instead, what happens is you just use your off the record. That way you can make someone else like be safe, and I feel like it's so weird. Like, why does that work that way? But at the same time, there's not really much they can do about it because, let's be honest, you give someone endurance. Like they can do whatever they want with that endurance. So I can't really be mad. The only reason why I mentioned it in the first place is because of the fact that I just kind of feel like when people do that, it's so smart, but also I feel like it's so weird because as a killer, I don't really know what you're supposed to do in that situation. Can't really do much unless you can like go around the person who has the endurance, and that's the reason why I'm bringing it up. I'm not saying you should be nervous or anything. I'm just giving you like my thought process as to like that's a really cool strategy. I like that. I just also hate it too. I don't know why I thought she was in that locker. I just wanted to check this in case. So now we're trying to find this last person, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna find the hatch because I'm just so unlucky when it comes to the hatch spawns. Especially on this map. Like this map, I'm just that unlucky. Also, I have no idea what the hatch spawns on West Wing. When it's East Wing, I can find it. But West Wing, no. Like, I have no idea what the hatch is spawn. But luckily for me, she runs right in front of me. And right in front of my drone. So, I get a free injury and I get a free cloud trap. And now, I'm going to down her. So, part of me wants to get rid of the hatch because I hear it. And the other part of me is like, do I hook her? So, because of the fact that the hatch is right here, I'm like, you know what? Nah, and I hook her. So I killed the girl, and the only reason why I killed the girl, as you'll see at the end of the video, was because of the fact that at the time of recording this video, I was trying my hardest to get to rank 1 so I can make a video for y'all saying I got to rank 1 Skull Merchant. Rank 1 Skull Merchant plays Dead by Daylight, whatever. Because I've never actually been to rank 1 before, so I really wanted to try and get it and see what would happen. But instead what happens is I got to rank like 1. I got to gold rank 1, and then I was about to get the red ranks, and then I ended up the season ended up resetting. So I was like, dang it! But I tried. I even sent her a message after this to tell her that I wasn't gonna kill you, but I'm trying to get the red ranks, and she was like, it's perfectly fine. So yes, but never chase someone who has off the record because they can body block for someone else, and also you can't really down them anyway because they have the endurance aspect. But yes, that was the 3rd game. It's time for the last game of the video because I have 4 games for y'all today. Welcome to the Pale Rose. So this map is really interesting for Skull Merchant. I actually had mixed feelings about this map. Basically, I don't hate this map at all. The only real problem I have with it is sometimes it feels like this map is really big, and then sometimes it feels like it's not that big. So right here, this girl didn't know I was behind her because I was undetectable. And also, one thing about this map I really like though, there's one thing about this map that's so good. This map 100% has the best totem spawns of any map in the game. This map's totem spawns are like unmatched. You can get really good totem spawns on this map. Also, you can get really bad ones, but like most of the time, your totem spawns are gonna be good. She went in the locker, and I thought she went in the locker, but I was like, she either went in the locker, or she has that one perk, I think it's called flip flop, where you open a locker, it makes a loud noise, and then the next time you open a locker, it has like, it's something weird. It's like you open a locker, it makes a noise, but you don't go in the locker, and then once you open the locker, you have no, what's it called, blood or scratch marks? I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't play Survivor enough to know these things, but I know it was a perk like that. But yes, I see someone he can go for the save I thought, so I was like, uh-oh. Now sadly, because of the fact that this person is right here, I cannot place a drone because he's right next to the person on the hook. So I'm like, oh, this is annoying. So right here I should get a hit, but because I knew I wasn't gonna get a hit, but I was hoping I would. So right here I hear someone else. I'm like, what the world? So I'm gonna go after the what's it called? Not Ace. What's his name? Leon? What is his name? I think it's Leon. So I'm going to go after him. And now I am going to put a drone right here. And I'm like, dang it. He's going to the shack. I can't really do much about this because I don't have a drone here yet. So I'll put the drone here. Once I get my power back. And now I know he's on the side of the window. So I'm gonna vault the window. He's gonna probably go to the shack. And then he's gonna drop the pallet. But he goes around for some reason. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm pretty sure I can't get him either way because of the fact that he just has the pallet right here. He drops it, of course, as I expected, and I'm going to break it. And now there's no shack pallet, even though he probably should never have dropped that pallet, honestly, because that pallet is so good. He's going to keep running, and then I almost did a claw trap on him, but I don't get a claw trap on him. But because he just had to vault the window and he slow vaulted it, I was able to down him. So that's the first, well, not the first down. The first down was the girl. The second down is this guy. I'm going to hook him on a score trick. Notice how I always hook survivors on this score trick in particular. I love when they make a score trick in the middle of the map. That's the best feeling in the world. This guy decides to put down a bomb. I don't know what to call it. I guess. I can't remember what it's called. I said bomb. But he puts down flashbang. There we go. And I'm like, flashbang. So right here, I'm going to put a drone right here because I know that I can probably get him. And yes, one of my drones got him. Got to have a bunch of drones here. So I'm like, where did he go? He went towards the shack. I'm like, yay, the shack. Love it. So now he's gonna probably get a claw trap on him, honestly, because he already has 2 lock-on stacks. And lo and behold, he got a 3rd lock-on stack. Now I have no idea which drone hit him. I think my drone beam hit him through the shack window. And I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I could hit him right there, but I just didn't. But then he walked in front of me and I'm like, oh, okay. And now I gotta click down. So I'm hoping no flashlight or flashbang. And luckily for me, I'm able to hook him. Again, on the same score trick as before. But then someone never rescued that guy, so I was like, oh. And then right here, I hit this guy, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to put this person probably because of the fact that he's gonna, get off of me. So I'm like, that's fine, I got a hit, and I got someone else injured thanks to a claw trap. So now I know this guy is going to be down easily because he's in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna put my drone right here. Luckily for me, I didn't get the glitch where I don't actually get my power, and he vaulted the window and he dies. So I didn't get the to hook that one guy, but it's kind of fine because I was able to get this guy down, so I'm fine with that. Either way, I get it down, and now everyone's injured besides one person. They're probably either working on a generator right in front of me or they're healing. And then I see someone gets locked on by my drone, so I'm like, yes, I know exactly where to go. So now I'm gonna go over here and try and down someone. As you can see, my totem is in the top left. Like I told you, this map has really good totem spots. Because normally the totems in this map, this is the first map in the game where they ever had totems. I don't know why this guy didn't like at least drop the pallet or like stand right next to the pallet. I don't know, but he decided to just stand next to it, like near it, and as a result, he got down. But this map, I believe, was the first map ever where they added totems. So the totems were actually in pretty good spots when they first made it, but then afterwards, they make maps like the map you saw earlier where I have a totem next to a car in the middle of the open on the street. Like, I don't understand. The only reason why I get mad about the totem spot, I don't want to sound like I never bad mouth behavior, honestly. I love behavior. I know they're a good company who's just trying their hardest everything they do. But the one thing, this is something I've been complaining about since the game first came out. Now, of course, when the game first came out, I didn't make videos. And I don't think y'all ever actually heard me complain about this. But one thing that I complain about in this game is totem spawns. I never understand, or understand right now either, how they can purposely make these totem spawns that are just so bad. And the only reason why I don't understand it is because the only people who are using totems are people who want to get some blood points for cleansing a totem, people who want to place a boom totem, or people who want to use hex totems. Now, this is all before boom totems. Let's just talk about this before boom totems were existed, by the way. Like, why would you, if you know someone can use a hex totem, why would you put the totems in such obvious, or, wow, I don't know what I got, it wasn't that locker, by the way. Why would you put totems in such obvious or such, like, open spots that you know you want to protect. I don't get it. I'm gonna down this guy because he just gave up because he's like, someone's down on the hook, this guy's in the locker giving up, and someone else is dead on the hook. You know what? Just kill me. I'm like, yes, sir. But yes, it's just things like that. I don't get it. Like, why would you purposely code the game that a totem can spawn in this location, but this location is in the middle of the open? It's like you spawn a totem next to a tree. Like, and the reason why it's annoying is because there's only 5 totems in the entire map. So the fact that your hex totem always spawns in the middle of nowhere and sometimes spawns like next to a gen or next to something, it's just impossible to defend it. Or the amount of games where your totem spawns across the entire map from you, but then it also spawns next to a generator, but then the survivors also spawn next to said generator. So now it's like one survivor can do the gen, the other survivor can do the totem. You can literally see them with Luther Pursuer, and you still can't do anything about it. It's just the weirdest thing on the planet. But that's just how it works. But yeah, that was a quick game. That was the power of just snowballing with Score Merchant, honestly. I love when that happens. But yes, of course, someone using a syringe, because it can't be Dead by Daylight unless I'm fighting against someone using a syringe or a septic. It's just impossible. But yes, that was the whole build using the battle targeting processor. And of course our add-ons to make them blind, that way they can't use their windows for opportunity. Sadly, no one had any windows opportunity this game, but in the previous games they had perks like that, so of course it's good to stop that. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any build ideas, let me know in the comments, and of course I'll be posting more videos regularly. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.